What's up, guys? It's Mrs. Hannon. We're going to go over State Test Review 4. Let's look at the top here. These are the steps for solving equations. First thing we want to do is distribute to get rid of any parentheses. Next, we're going to combine like terms on each side of the equals. Next, if there are variables on both sides of the equal sign, use opposite operations to move the smaller variable. Use opposite operations to move the constant. And remember, that's the number that doesn't have an x on it or a y or anything else. And then use opposite operations to move the coefficient. That's the number that's with the x. All right, number 1. Okay, first thing we want to do is distribute the 2. So we get 6x plus 4. On the right, we can combine like terms, 3x minus 1. Okay, we have x's on both sides, so we're going to minus the 3x because it's smaller. 3x plus 4 equals negative 1. We're going to minus the 4. 3x equals negative 5. Divide by 3. So my answer is negative 5/3. Okay, number 2. We're going to start by distributing the 6. 18x plus 150. I have an 18x on both sides, so we're going to minus both of them since they're the same. And so on the left, all I have left is 70. On the right, I have 150. Since that is not true, that they are equal, this one is no solution. Okay, number 3. Put our line down. We have 2 x's, one on each side, so we're going to minus the smaller one, the 2/3. Okay, so negative 5 equals 1/3 x plus 4 minus the 4. Negative 9 equals 1/3 x. And now to get rid of the 1/3, we can either divide by 1/3 or we could times by 3. And so my answer is negative 27. Okay, number 4. The measure of one angle is 13 less than 5 times the measure of another angle. The sum of the measures of the two angles is a 119. Determine the measure of each angle. Okay, so I know I have 2 angles that equal 119. The first one, I'm going to just have it be x. Then the second one, I'm going to use this sentence right here. It is 13 less than 5 times the measure of the other. So remember, 13 less, it needs to come at the end. 5 times the measure of the other one. Okay, so now I'm going to combine like terms. I'm going to add my 13. 6x equals 132. Divide by 6. Equals 22. And this says determine the measure of each angle. So my first angle is going to be 22. The other one is going to be 5 times 22 plus or minus 13, and that gives me 97. Okay. All right, number 5. We're going to combine like terms on the left, 9x plus 15, distribute the 9 on the right. So I get 9x plus 15, combine the like terms on the right, I get 9x plus 15. Since they're exactly the same, this is going to be infinitely many solutions. Okay, number 6, the difference between 29 and 3 times the number is 5 times the sum of the number and 1. Okay, so on this one, we actually have to set up the equation. So the first part is the difference, so that's subtraction, between 29 and 3 times a number. The is where my equals goes. And then I need 5 times the sum of the number and 1. Okay, so now I'm going to solve this out. So I have 29 minus 3x equals 5x plus 5. I have x's on both sides, but the negative 3 is smaller, so I'm going to add it. Okay, 29 equals 8x plus 5 minus the 5 from both sides. Okay, so I get 24 equals 8x, divide by 8. X equals 3.